electrons that exist in an atom, they exist in different states, or what we call energy levels. And so it's really important that when we draw atoms, we draw them to show the energy levels that these electrons are in. Now, the energy levels, as they get further and further away from the nucleus, they're going to increase in energy. So electrons that are closest to the nucleus have a lower energy level, whereas further away have a higher energy level. So know that beryllium has a nucleus that contains 4 protons and 4 neutrons. Now it also has 4 electrons. Now how are we going to draw this? We want to make sure that we draw them in their energy levels. So the way we draw energy levels is just as a circle around the nucleus. So this is my first energy level. Now this first energy level is able to hold 2 electrons. So beryllium has 4, so we can fill this with 2 electrons. Now that means that we have 2 electrons left over, so they have to exist at the next energy level. So we draw another circle. And we have 2 electrons to fill here, so we go 1, 2. So there's our 4 electrons. Now, we said that only 2 electrons could fit in this first energy level, but if we had more electrons, we can fit up to 8 electrons in our second energy level. In fact, every energy level after that we can fit up to 8 electrons. Now, it's important that we fill each energy level before we move on to the next one. We didn't draw this second energy level until we had filled up the first one. So let's look at another example. Now, phosphorus has 15 protons and 15 neutrons. So that means that phosphorus is going to have 15 electrons. So we need to make sure that we show what energy levels they're in. So let's start with our first energy level. 1, 2. So it means we have 13 electrons left to go. So we have to move to our next energy level. Remember, our next energy level, we can fit 8. So let's put those 8 in. Now, as we draw energy levels, you'll notice that we like to try and draw our electrons in pairs. And you'll also notice that as I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I pair them up. It's really important because it shows us, later on we'll learn about valence electrons, and it shows us what those valence electrons will be and how many there are. Now, we have only drawn 10 electrons. We still need to draw 5 more. So we move out to our next energy level. We draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how we could draw the electrons and their energy levels for phosphorus.